For Fun's Sake podcast is recorded remotely in 2 different locations due to COVID-19. This can result in wildly different audio qualities between people and weird stuff that happens in video conferencing. Womp womp. Sorry. But we here at For Fun's Sake are dedicated to getting the highest quality that is easily possible to you. So we are striving every week to get better and better. So stick with us. Take it away, Ryan.
1, 2.
Why would I drive a car into a swimming pool? Skip my classes just to seem pretty cool. Why would I be that guy? Why would I buy a plane ticket to the Amazon? Compete naked in a triathlon. Why would I waste my time?
With Sammy and EJ.
She's thinking, okay, we are recording.
Alrighty. Hello and welcome to For Fun's Sake podcast, the podcast that you clicked on and are now listening to.
Congratulations.
Congrats on knowing how to do that. Woo! You are now listening to I am Sammy, that is EJ.
I'm
and
EJ.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome new viewers.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome new viewers and or listeners, depending on what you're doing, what you're listening
What you
to,
clicked on.
what you clicked on, how you clicked on it, where you clicked on it. Yeah, EJ, take it away. You said you had some things you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so I think we should open our podcast with we used to open with what did you watch this week? But unfortunately, in quarantine, I watch so much that it doesn't fucking matter. I have no idea what I watch. So I thought we could, instead of doing that, we could do show and tell. Where, like, you pick one or two things from the last week that happened to you, that you're excited about, that you read about, that you watched, that you learned about, and we talk about it. We get 7.5 minutes, because that equals 15 minutes. And then we move on.
Because, yes, those listening, we do actually sort of time stuff. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. But, yes, we do. All right. Well, then you go first. It's your idea. I want you to lead the way.
Okay, so as OG listeners will know, this project was started as my senior project, and it is an improv-based podcast, and the joke has been that none of us have ever done improv before. Well, oh ho ho, I am taking Improv 1 from Community Ed on Zoom. Thank you, Minneapolis Public Schools, for sending that mailer out.
Nice.
I am 1 class in. I did very well for my first class, I think. And
Congrats.
thank you. And my teacher calls it Provin, so that's cool and fun of her.
Instead of fully saying improv, she has shortened it to Provin, or is it a...
It's
they,
a verb.
he?
It's a she.
She, okay. So Provin, because that's, I mean, technically, she's not wrong. Like, you are actually doing a verb. Like, you're doing a thing. You know, it's what you do.
It's very fun. We played a couple games, and I think we could incorporate them. Maybe I'll adapt them for podcast format. But one of them, the one I did really well with, was basically one person picks a topic, and you say, name me 7 X's. So, like, I got 7 items of clothing. And then that person lists 7 items of clothing. Can be real, can be not real. You make it up as you go along.
So what would not real clothing be?
So I said left foot hat and the controversial right foot hat.
I'm surprised that the right foot hat is controversial.
You know? It is what it is. I'm not society. I'm not the fashion world. I can't speak to any of that.
Intrigue.
Yeah, so that one was fun. I really liked that one. Yeah, so, the first rule we learned, which I did not know. Well, I did know, but, you know, for the laughs. for the laughs, I'm gonna say I didn't know. Is the rule is yes and.
Yes, and.
Yeah, so that means whatever your partner says, you go, uh-huh, and then you build on it.
Oh, okay. So it's like yes and
Yeah,
wink, wink.
So if someone
Okay.
says, "Oh my God, the house is on fire," your partner says that, you can't say, "What are you, crazy?" You have to say, "Oh yeah, we should get the dog."
Okay, and then would the next person be like, "Oh yeah, and we should get the plant," and
Yeah.
then the next person would be like, "Oh, and we should get that insane woman living in the attic. We call her grandma."
Yeah,
type of thing.
And then someone should
Yeah.
be, and then the next person goes like that one Skrillex song, "Someone call 911." You know.
I mean, I really hope if they did say someone call 911, they did it in the Skrillex song,
Yeah.
or they just started blaring the Skrillex song.
Yeah, they
go
quick.
on, like go like they run inside this burning house, grab the boombox, come out, and then just like hold it up, blasting the Skrillex song just to call 911.
Well, everyone is worrying about the dog in the plant. They're on YouTube,
Yes.
furiously Googling. Yeah.
Skrillex, where's the 911 Skrillex song? Where's the 911 Skrillex song?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I got you. Cool. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And is it free or do you have to pay for it?
I'm taking 2 classes and it totaled like $90. So
Oh god, that's nothing for a
yeah,
class.
and there were some that were like buying a house, what to do and what to look for and like all that stuff. So I recommend, if you're bored in quarantine, looking up your community ed classes, because they've all, at least in Minneapolis, they're all online now. There are no in-person classes.
Oh yeah.
So you can just kind of vibe in your house and hang out and meet some cool people.
Yeah. That's fun. People should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that wasn't 7.5 minutes, but you could take over because that's all I had.
Okay. Well, since this is new for me, I'll recommend an oldie, but since it is October 1st, that officially means that this whole month is Halloween to me. So I
Oh,
would
it's been
recommend-
Halloween for 2 months for me, so.
Oh, well, I mean, in all honesty, I decorated in like June. Bless
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I started putting myself in the Halloween spirit like months ago because quarantine fucking sucks. So I guess my recommendations from henceforth are going to be probably horror and or Halloween related, and probably most of mine are going to be, since everybody knows that's kind of like my thing.
Halloweener.
Yeah, I'm a Halloweener. I'm a wiener for a Halloweener.
Oh, actually,
and-
can I interrupt you really quick?
Yeah.
Do you remember Spooky Dookie?
Oh my god, don't even, because somebody actually said that in a TV show I was watching.
No way!
I was like freaking out because I was like, no. Spooky
So,
Dookie, no.
My friend Nicole, Nick_spit on everything. She streams on Twitch, and so do I, but not as seriously as her. And she is doing a Halloween stream, and Naomi made icons for us as monsters. I'm a werebear because I like bears. Anyway, my tagline is going to be Spooky Dookie, so it's going to be my icon and then Spooky Dookie under it.
Yeah, that makes sense for you.
Thanks. Okay,
You're
what's your
welcome.
movie?
Oh, well, actually, I wasn't going to recommend... Well, I do
Oh.
recommend the movie, but I was actually going to recommend the original book, The Exorcist.
You've
the
talked
book-
about this book before, and I was like, I
I
would love to
have.
read it, but too spooky.
I have here. Hold the phone, because I don't have my office fully set up yet. So I'm gonna take you on an adventure, YouTube or wherever you're watching this. Gonna pull out this one and this one. Also, weird face. Sorry.
Oh, we're actually doing show and tell. You
I'm
actually have an
doing
object.
show and tell. I do, of course. You kidding me? I think The Exorcist is one of literally one of 3 books I've read multiple times in my life. One of them being one I read in high school for a project called If I Have a Wicked Stepmother, Where Is My Prince? And then that was, of
That's a
course,
good title.
It was, and actually it was surprisingly, oh, that's a lie. I forget what the other one was called. I couldn't find it again because it was really funny. It was about another one I read twice in high school for another project about it was like a murder mystery about well, not murder, because of course it was a high school story, about these girls being knocked off because they wanted to play Dorothy in a high school rendition of The Wizard of Oz. And all of the girls kept being knocked off one by one to get the leading role as Dorothy.
Like murdered or like knocked up?
Well, not murdered, but like one was in a hospital. I think the other ended up having a concussion and like couldn't even remember her lines. Like it was a thing. And that story was actually really funny. Oh, well, and I guess I lied. I did read Fear Street books a lot. I read those multiple times, but I guess I don't count those because those are really easy to read multiple times. You can read those in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Fear Street books are R.L. Stine's teen version of Goosebumps, so they're actually scarier and more closer to being like adult. What?
I got spooked out by Goosebumps, and you're telling me there are scarier ones?
Yeah, there are scarier ones. My favorite ones were House Party and the 99 Fear Street series, because he did series within his own series, and those were actually pretty scary. One of them gave me nightmares because a girl ended up being pulled into a lake and like by a spirit ghost. And anyways, so The Exorcist. This is my original used copy because yes, I bought it used because it's actually really hard to find it with the original cover. And it even has, this is, I think, one of the reasons I think this copy is so cool. This was actually someone's personal property. They actually put a sticker on the inside of like a gargoyle.
And
they
then they
crossed out
resold
their
it?
name, but they let it go. So I think it's cool. I had to tape the corners because it was falling apart.
Yeah.
But as I'm about halfway through reading it for like the 5th time, I love this book. The Exorcist, the book itself is actually very terrifying. If you decide to ever watch the movie, I highly recommend that you watch the unrated because it is much scarier when you watch the director's cut. It is very good, and it is actually, the director's cut is why it got banned.
Ooh.
Yes, the theatrical cut was the only reason they could re-show it in theaters.
Cool. You know The Simpsons, right?
Well, of course I know The Simpsons.
Every time I hear the word banned in relation to books, I think of the joke where Lisa found the cupboard of banned books and then banned books, like music band, and then banned books.
Yeah, banned books, yeah.
That's my second favorite joke on The Simpsons. Please continue.
Well, honestly, The Simpsons is great. I still adore The Simpsons. I have Simpsons I have Simpsons shit kind of hidden all through my house because I actually adore The Simpsons.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff. And I know a lot of people hate that they've gone for so long, but I very much adore it because I've been watching them basically since I was little because they're only a few years older than I am. But I was going to say the sequel, yeah, they're on their 32nd season?
They're up there. I thought they had the same amount of seasons as
35th
SNL, or they were a few seasons behind SNL.
They're a few seasons behind SNL because, yeah, I'll have to look on Hulu. Hulu just put out their newest episode. But if you get into The Exorcist, the next thing you're going to want to read by William Peter Blatty as well is Legion. Legion is the sequel to The Exorcist, which a lot of people didn't realize there was a sequel to The Exorcist. In the movie format, there is actually a sequel, but that sequel is not the technical sequel to the book. The 3rd movie is technically the sequel to the book.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about this last week, and I think I cut it out because we were talking about The Witcher. But like books based on movies, or movies based on books, based on games, based on movies, sequels of movies, but then not the book. It's too much for me. I don't get it.
And it's like, for me, because, bless you, because
Thank you.
I love The Exorcist. A lot of people know it's like one of my favorites. It's up there with Rosemary's Baby, which is like one of my ultimate favorites. It's that like once you get into it, you kind of get into everything. And I'm really sad because I oddly don't own Legion the movie. When it's a really good movie, but I oddly own, of course, the second Exorcist film, which is called Heretic, and it's not the best. And I can fully admit it. I love it, but it's really not that good. And but yeah, if you like books, you like spooky books, you like getting into spooky spirit, I definitely recommend William Peter Blatty. He is a really good author, and he was the one who wrote the Exorcist series, The Exorcist and Legion. And I will say, warning, there is a lot of graphic stuff in The Exorcist, a lot of things that are very sexually inappropriate. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie, but there's a scene with a crucifix. And yes, that is written out in detail in the book. So I will give that forewarning that there is definitely some like not appropriate at all stuff in the series. However,
it's very much a religious horror movie.
Yes. And I actually completely think that, unfortunately, even though it's really disgusting, especially because it involves a child, it's actually really important to the storyline, oddly enough, because it's supposed to be, the destruction of innocence.
Yeah.
So even though it's disgusting, I think it's important, at least for this story. Doesn't mean that you'll like the story, but yeah, that's my thing.
Well, coolio. That took us straight up to 15 minutes. Good job.
You're welcome.
Good job,
talk
team.
A lot. Yay. That was a good quarantine 5 through a screen.
Okay. So, for new listeners, old listeners, and listeners of middle age, this is the part where we get into
Games?
The games.
Well, you're the one who made a really, really bad joke, so you can't even don't me. Like, don't
Fine.
yourself.
Fine. All right. So this is the part where we get into the games, which is why this is an improv-based comedy podcast, and that's why that's in all the tags that we tag things. So, do you want me to run through all the games so we just get a refresher for everybody?
Sure. I have mine pulled up, too, so if you need anything, you let me know.
Okay.
As I grossly itch my neck.
The OG3, the ones I came up with for the first few episodes, are Don't Get Me Started, Advertise This, and Think About It. And Don't Get Me Started is we randomly generate a word, a noun, and we talk about it as if it is something that enrages us. And usually, we can find something that we're actually genuinely upset about related to the word.
Yeah, there's almost always at least one thing about each word that we're genuinely upset about because of the current political and environmental climate.
And just we have opinions.
Yeah, we're opinionated people.
Yeah. Advertise This is we randomly generate 2 nouns, and then we craft a product that uses those 2 words in its name, and then we come up with like our sales pitch. Shark Tank, that's the name of the show. We basically do
Yes, but we have no affiliation with Shark Tank whatsoever.
But we pitch it as if we were trying to be on it. It would be
on Snark Schmank.
Oh, Snark Schmank. Right.
Snark Schmank.
That was also a thing we did.
Yes, it was.
Oh man, it's been a while.
Copywritten reasons. And then the next game, Think About It. Oh wait, no, I was just getting you ready. I was trying to motivate. I wanted to be your.
You were hyping me up. You're my hype man. Okay.
I'm your hype man.
Okay, so Think About It is we randomly generate as many words as we want, I guess. It can be 1, 2, or 3. I think maybe if we change it, we could do multiple words and connect the 2 things. I think that'd be fun. Anyway, we randomly generate a word, and then we spin a conspiracy about it. We sometimes we can find a real conspiracy about it, but like one time, I talked about how wind turbines are the devil. I guess I don't even remember.
Yes, and then I think we actually started talking about how wind turbines have actually been considered sometimes not good for the environment, depending upon where they're placed.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other opinion.
We should start a second podcast that's called That's a Whole Thing.
Yeah. But yeah, think about it as a great game. We've done a lot of fun stuff with that.
Yeah, and then the fourth game is Make It Gay because
we ourselves are gay. And for those, if you are a as EJ had prompted, middle-aged. So if you are a newborn Babs to our channel and don't know, EJ and I are both on the sexualized queer spectrum, I guess. Because I mean, and here's the thing, like, that sounds so weird.
I'm just flashing back to the time my friend Nicole has a dog named Muggs, and when you look into his eyes, it's just elevator music. There's nothing going on in there. And I gripped the side of his face, and I was like, Muggs, where do you fall on the Kinsey scale?
And then the elevator music just kicked in again. Even though,
yeah. So that's basically us. You can yell at us in our eyes, and it's elevator music, but like disco.
Well, I would say mine can be a little bit more jazzy, and then depending on what floor you get on, it'll get really dark really quick, and then once the door is shut, it'll go back to being jazzy again.
Okay.
It'll be kind of like, you know, all of a sudden you'll get an evil stare from the elevator man, and then once it shuts, it's like everything goes back to normal.
It's like the David S. Pumpkins bit on SNL.
Yeah, literally. It's like when you open it and it's David S. Pumpkins, and then all of a sudden it shuts, and then it's like do 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 do. So yeah, for our wee babs, I am a what is it? A cisgendered pansexual.
I am a bisexual non-binary being. I like beans. All genders.
I like beans.
I like beans. I think all genders is sexy, and I don't want one for myself.
Yes. And so we made Make It Gay because fuck you, we can do that.
Yeah, so we randomly generate a word, and we talk about how it's gay, how it could benefit the gay community.
Or how it's already gay and people might just not know it's gay.
Yeah, like a fun history thing. Like if we randomly generated the word violet, I think it's violets. The flower.
The band?
No, the flower. That was used in like the 50s. If you were a queer woman, you would hand another woman a violet, and it was like a secret code for like, hey, I'm gay and I like you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's either violets or lilacs. It's a purple flower.
It was either violets or lilacs were also used for the dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill your virginity, girl.
I'm gonna kill your prestige. Our next game is Pitch It.
Correct.
Yes.
That is a game where we randomly generate a word, and if you can't tell, we always randomly generate a word.
Yes. So basically, Pitch It is another game where, of course, we randomly generate a word, and we make a pitch about it being a movie.
Some type of media. I think we expanded to like podcast, comics, etc.
Oh, I thought it was 2 words.
It can be 1 or 2 words.
It's been so long that we forgot how to play some of our own games.
And I think we were like in the midst of like expanding and making different games and like talking about how to make them different. Yeah. And we never wrote any of it down.
No, and so it's kind of nice because it's like everyone coming back. It's like us coming back to something new, especially because this is no longer your senior thesis. Like this is something else, and we're no longer associated with some of the things we were originally associated with. Correct. So we can definitely make it our own. And then the last game, which I came up with.
You did. Good job.
Good job, Sammy.
1 out of 6. That's pretty good.
Sometimes it is how it do, and I done how it did. And I came up with Google It, which I maybe or maybe have not stolen from YouTube, so we don't need to talk about it. Google. We talked about this before. Don't even pretend like you're like, shame. Don't even shame. Don't even go there. Google It is a game where we randomly generate a word and then we basically Google it. And we do like what, where, when, why, or how. And then Google will fill in the rest of the question. And then we guess the answer or come up with our own. And then we actually talk about what it actually is. Before, I think we've done lizards and came up with some really interesting results.
Yeah, there's
I think,
something
in one of our past episodes.
also like some kind of flooring cover. And,
Yes.
And we also learned like about crate service with like milk cartons or
Yes,
milk glass
I think
bottles.
So, yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
this is how we get our TLC partnership, you know. We get on the learning channel from this bit, you know, that's how we get that sweet spons.
Sometimes you just gotta the sweet non-spons, all right? Okay, legal over here jumping in, being like, no, we sponsed by sponsed that we sponsed our sponsed selves. So no sponsed by TLC, no sponsed by Snark Tank, and no sponsed
Or the Schneelsnee.
Schneek, yeah, no sponsed by some of those larger corporations. Yeah.
Okay, so those are our
All
6
right.
games. That took us 15 minutes, but that's fine.
Well, I think it's good that we're coming back.
We're getting back into it.
Explaining this stuff. Yes. So what game would you like to play today, EJ?
Since we have 6 games and I've been playing remote D&D, I will just roll a D6 because it's sitting right here in my dice Pokeball.
And I thought I was the nerd.
Yo. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You want to blow on it?
No.
All right.
I don't.
5. So pitch it.
All right. Pitch it. Usually I'm the one who randomly generates the word, but I think EJ has the website up.
I kind of
And
have. So if you ever see me looking like this, I'm not looking at an angel. I mean, kind of. I'm looking at our screen record and monitoring it, so I'm seeing our faces. And then on the other half of that screen, I have the random generator and our website up. So
Cool. All right. Let's do this.
Singer.
Singer.
So like a singer. For pitch it.
Singer.
That's really easy.
Okay.
What is your ideal music movie? Movie about musicians.
Well, wait, EJ, you have to generate another word to make it a movie.
Fucking, you're right.
So singer.
Singer.
And
Cheek.
cheek.
Like the body
cheek.
part.
A singer cheek. Okay,
So
okay,
this
wait a
already
minute.
exists.
So like,
It's Lady
is
Gaga.
how'd you get to Lady Gaga?
She has an album with Tony Bennett of jazz songs called Cheek to Cheek.
I was actually thinking like, what if someone's cheek became like sentient and had its own like mouth?
That has better legs. Let's go with that.
I feel like that. Yes, never mind. That is it. Because like, what if? So like, have you ever seen? Well, of course you probably haven't because you're scared of everything.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the movie called Idle Hands?
No.
Okay. It's a hilariously shit movie. I adore it because it is like the shittiest movie you'll ever see. Basically this guy, you know the saying, you know, idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically that's the whole premise of the movie.
So
this guy's hands are idle and his hand becomes its own thing.
Okay.
So he actually chops his hand off, right? And it's its own being. So it starts killing people. So his hand is like murderous. Oh my God.
Murderous
It would be
Cheek.
so cool if somebody could somehow do a fan theory between Thing from Addams Family and this movie.
Slash fiction. They're in love.
Oh, no, I was going to say they're the same creature even though they're set like decades apart. Anyways. So basically,
I like my time traveling hand lovers better, but go ahead.
So
Go off, I
basically,
guess.
My thing is what if it's so okay, campy horror movie.
No, it's
like
an inspirational singing movie.
Okay, inspirational singing movie where your cheek becomes idle, I guess, and your cheek gets its own like personality and gets its own like well, I guess okay. So if it's going to be an inspirational singing movie, then it should have a cute eyes and just a mouth, no nose. Should be animated because then you can make it cute, not creepy.
Yeah.
And then the cheek, kind of like Ratatouille, the cheek has to help the owner of the cheek. Okay, the person the cheek is on has to help that person find the inspiration to sing. Oh, wait, it's like Singing in the Rain. Oh my God! Like it should be Singing in the Rain. I'm thinking of the right one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've only really listened to the music from Singing in the Rain. I don't think I've seen the movie.
So basically, if I'm thinking of the right movie, it should be where it should be what Debbie Reynolds is singing for another woman. So what if and like pretending that that's the woman's voice. So what if the cheek attached to this other person or attached to like, let's say Debbie Reynolds is singing for somebody else behind the scenes?
Oh.
You get me?
What if it's like the human with the cheek is like auditioning for like America's Got Talent or like The Voice or something, and they like disguise the thing and they're like lip syncing to what the cheek is singing?
Ratatouille, yeah, modern day version Ratatouille, where it's the rat cooking instead of the human.
Yeah.
So it's the cheek singing instead of the human. Yeah.
And it's
and
like a ventriloquist act.
Yeah. And then the human and the cheek finally realize what they're doing is wrong. And then what if that's when they change from singing to ventriloquism?
Okay. I think one of the plot points before they become ventriloquists is that they discover, I mean, it's the same vocal cords. So like, why does human have so much trouble? Like, why can't they sing from this like, you know?
Well, because like the cheek is its whole separate being.
Oh, it's its whole separate being? It's not the same vocal cords?
No, not the same vocal cords. Like the cheek is like. Okay, so this is an animated flick, right?
Yeah.
So how did the cheek become the cheek? Okay, so what if? Okay, I'm getting it. It's coming to me. We're flowing. Butterflies. People love butterflies. Okay, so what if one day this singer falls asleep in a park, right? Or this person who wants to aspire to be a singer.
Yes.
Okay, so this person is aspiring to be a singer, but they just don't have the voice. So they're training. Well, they fall asleep in a park, and this beautiful, like, really rare, one-of-a-kind butterfly like kisses their cheek. And you know, they say like, oh, when a butterfly falls on you, like whatever, it means good luck. Mm-hmm. Well, what if all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's this thunderstorm, there's this lightning storm, right? Okay, you're staying with me.
I'm with you.
So this lightning storm, all of a sudden, this one stroke of lightning goes through the butterfly and gently kisses the person's cheek. Then all of a sudden, this butterfly is now a part of this human being. And this butterfly is now like this full sentient thing. Like this butterfly heard the soul pleas of this person and just was like, you know what? I feel your pain. I am you. You are me. And then once that lightning strikes, boom, boom,
boom,
butterfly in cheek. And then, of course, once the lesson is learned, what if there's like another... That's it.
On Freaky Friday, they get like electrocuted.
Yeah, they get electrocuted. Once they learned everything, the butterfly comes out, but they realize they work well together. They have this connection, this soul level connection. They're besties. They're going to stay together forever. That's how the ventriloquism act works. And what if they're called... Okay, the person has to have a normal name, like Sue.
Cheeky and the Fly?
So what if it's like Sue and the Fly? Well, what if it's like Butter and Sue? Or
Sue
like,
Butter.
Sue Butter, yeah. And like that's their act. And like everybody knows that like, and what if the butterfly is like on the chest of the doll the entire time? So like everybody knows. And they just create this like comedic act together where they sing, they dance, they ventriloquize. They become famous.
They play indie guitar and like Nora Jones sad sing like
No, oh god, no. They would be like this. No. Like these people.
But like as a joke, as like a parody.
Oh well, yes. They would sing about why people need dogs.
That I would listen to that.
Yeah. So yes, that is it.
Okay.
And it'll be and the movie should be called The Voice.
The Voice Within Your Cheek.
No.
Cheek voice.
No.
Face
Cheeky.
voice. Cheeky.
No, the movie should be called Cheeky.
And it's a picture of a woman in like underpants and you like see her butt cheeks, right? It's like cheeky.
No.
And the butterfly is on the butt cheek.
This is like a PG-13 movie. No, the butterfly, no. However, we could show the butterfly's butt on her cheek, on her like front cheek.
Okay, so
like a sassy
so it's like
pose.
this, and then the butterfly is on her cheek and mooning.
Yeah, doing like a sassy
audience.
butt pose. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Flip it and reverse it. Missy Elliott style? Who did that song?
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's like some get down, flip it, and reverse it.
Okay.
I feel like Missy Elliott has to play like a squirrel. Like I feel like there has to be some
More
weird
animal friends?
Yeah, because I feel like the animals have to be like, dude, like what if she's asleep and the cheek is awake? Like with the, the friends are like, dude, you can't do this.
You're
and
inside someone and not in the fun way.
Yeah, and she's like, dude, I gotta. Okay, is it sad that I actually kind of want to make this a real thing?
Dude, write it down. Do it. I swear to God.
All right, trademarked
TM. Yeah.
Fun fact for those who don't know this, once you say it out loud, it is technically copywritten because I am an artiste, so blah, 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 blah.
All right. Cheeky, coming to theaters, 2029. I'll give you some time to work on it.
30.
To workshop
Or should we get
it.
2030 just to be safe?
2030? Okay.
2030.
Yay, pitch it.
Yay!
All right. Let's do another game because we don't have any questions. Because I didn't ask for any.
Slut corner.
Yeah.
Usually for the noobs, we'll ask for what's called slut corner, where we ask questions and then we answer them. But as you can tell, we're getting back into this, and we're sorry about that.
And we never asked for questions because I told you before we recorded that I had a surprise for you at the end. Because I'm a tech wizard. I am a mogul. Anyway.
Did you have fun with that?
Yes. Would you like to blow on the dice this time? Thank you. It's a 3, which is think about it. So we randomly generate two.
Twa?
No, that's 3.
Entwine?
Do words. And
Tween?
2 words. Number 3, think about it. I've been thinking too much this morning. And we spin a conspiracy about it. There we go.
Oh god, this is gonna be good if you make that face.
Death worker. I'm not fucking around. I'm gonna drag it into the screen record because this is just too good. Death worker. Death worker.
Okay. Well, I can't really do a conspiracy theory because, fun fact, if you read the news, there are many.
On all sides of death.
Yeah, on the good and the bad, there are conspiracies.
Fighting it, making it, cleaning up after it, not, killing, dying, living. I'm fine.
Did you just have a moment, your own moment?
Yeah, I had a moment. And I messed up my head.
I can't remember. I was telling you about the crematory guy, right? Your hair is fine.
Whatever. The crematorium guy? Yeah, the guy who lied about where he put bodies. Yeah. Yes.
Yep, there was that guy. Oh, I will say though, I was listening to one of my favorite ladies who, oh my god, you should also read her books. Oh, okay, hold on.
Is it the lady that you almost got in contact with for your senior project?
Yes, but then her publicist denied me.
Rip. Okay. Cock blocked. Death blocked.
I know.
Coffin blocked.
I was cock blocked. It sucked. Actually, here's her other book. I have 3 of her books because she is phenomenal. Okay. Caitlin Doty. These are only 2 of them. She is an amazing author. She is a cremation person. So one is called Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs?
I'm gonna spoilers. Yes.
Actually, interesting facts in here about that stuff. So she wrote this book because these were all so Caitlin Doty is actually she is a mortician, crematory technician, funeral director. She has her own actual funeral service, and she does all natural burials. And she does not support this podcast, but I support her.
No, I mean, if we get big enough, she may.
Maybe.
She just hasn't heard of us yet.
So yes, Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs is a book of all questions children have asked her. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory is her first book, and it is amazing. And then her other book if I can find it on my
okay.
shelf.
You're talking directly to the microphone, and it sounds like the microphone is in your mouth.
Well, you know what? Your face. Well, basically, she talked about not necromancy.
Which is also cool, but...
Which, yes. But she talked about necrophilia.
Yeah, right.
And how, unfortunately, it does happen, but it doesn't happen as often as you think it does.
Which is good. That's a good conspiracy, because, like...
Yes.
I have weird fears because I have anxiety, and
yeah, you do have weird,
I have weird things
fears.
about weird things. Like I hate exoskeletons, but also like I'm afraid of my dead body being touched. Like I don't want people seeing my naked body when I'm alive, let alone when I'm dead. So
yes,
like
that is true.
that is very
That is
reassuring to hear that people don't fuck dead bodies as often as you think.
Yeah, no, she said that everyone thinks it's a thing. And she said, guess what? Bitch, it's really not a thing. She didn't say bitch. I added the bitch because bitch.
Cause bitch.
Cause bitch. I don't know where my copy of her book went. Might have to talk to my mom about that. But, yes, so she has a YouTube channel called Ask a Mortician. I didn't mean for this to go from, conspiracy stuff, thinking about it, stuff, to an actual plug. But I highly recommend it if you have any interest in the funeral industry or in death in general.
Yeah, because your senior thesis was basically not necessarily a version of what she does, but like you went through like how the funeral industry is like, it's a big conspiracy to sell you expensive things that are harmful to the environment. Essentially.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be, and then it kind of turned into like how to plan your own funeral, which I also didn't mind because I ended up not having the time I wanted.
Because your gallbladder exploded.
My gallbladder almost killed me. Yes, actually, no. Correction. My liver almost died.
Right.
My liver was infected because my gallbladder died, and because of that, my project changed. But if I was able to go back and redo it, which I would really like to, I would like to talk about the price points specifically and the chemicals and stuff in the funeral industry. And I was really lucky the people I talked with had some of the same feelings that we did.
The guy, when we went to shoot at that actual the funeral home, he was like, I'm just gonna put what we have in front of you and you get to pick. I'm not gonna pressure you. And I was like, wow. Because, I mean, I've not helped with relatives' funerals, but I hear that it's kind of terrible that they, like, try to upsell you and, like, did you actually love your loved one? Well, then you should spend $60,000 putting them in a hole in the ground.
Yep. And the place that we went to was really awesome because they were like, whatever you want. And they even had, what was really cool, they actually had all natural burials in their own cemetery, which are really rare in a lot of places because that's... to have a truly all-natural burial, you have no grave marker. And for them, that was like, they were the first cemetery and I think funeral service, I think if I remember when they talked about it, they said they were the first ones to do it in Minnesota. Yeah,
because wasn't there, up until quite recently, laws in place that said you had to embalm a body? Yeah.
Well, there wasn't laws in place that said you had to embalm. It's that... even when we were talking about it with them, it's that other funeral homes, especially corporate funeral homes, because fun fact, there are actual corporate funeral homes, they push embalming because they can charge you so much more for embalming. Yeah. So they will lie and they will say that you have to. The only times that there are laws in place to embalm is usually with traveling. And even then, it's usually only highly used when it's traveling from overseas. So for example, soldiers or military personnel or doctors or people who are U.S. citizens overseas doing work, they're the ones who usually get embalmed if they die and then they have to come back. And that is so then the family can have the viewing that they're allowed to have, that they should have. And yeah, so yes, embalming laws are really interesting because a lot of places say you have to and you don't. And embalming is also a carcinogenic. So there's no need to. It infects the ground, and your loved ones don't decay right. That in my mind, that's my personal opinion.
And then you put the people who are handling your past loved one at risk.
Yep, because it is very toxic. Embalming fluid, formaldehyde, all that fun stuff in it is a carcinogen. It's toxic. It will kill you. Also, fun fact, formaldehyde is found in cigarettes and in some nail polish hardeners.
Rockin'.
Yep, because formaldehyde will help preserve your nails, aka it will make them as hard as a rock. So if you're someone like me who has weak nails and you're looking for something to help strengthen your nails, look elsewhere other than most nail hardeners.
Interesting.
Yep.
That's not a nail polish, right?
Some it might be,
shit.
Depending on the type of polish. But if you read the bottle, it'll tell you if it has formaldehyde in it.
I don't read the bottle because I know it's poison. I think the one I just bought at Target was Sultry Plum. That's all I read.
Do you have the brand?
It's in the bathroom.
All right. I'm guessing it should be fine.
Okay.
Most nail polishes don't do it unless you buy like a nail polish that has some type of a
hardener in it.
Yeah,
okay.
Something that's like it's a nail polish that enhances your nail. Excuse me, then it might.
It's morning here for me. In a different time zone. 1 p.m.
Even though we're in the same time zone, literally not even 20 minutes away from each other.
Correct. Anyway, would you like to close out the podcast? It's been 45 minutes, but we have many things to talk about.
Yes, I would love to close out the podcast. And yes.
Okay.
Let's it's closeth. We have closed. It has been closed. Yes.
Done. Cut,
print, check the gate.
All right. So traditionally now we would do, after our 3 games, we would do what we would call Slut Corner, which is where we ask you for questions, suggestions on topics, basically whatever you want us to talk about, because we are nothing if not fan service.
Yes.
We like participation. We like to interact with you.
Hashtag we are anime that shows our underwear.
Yeah. I want to touch your soul. I want to touch your topics.
With our anime boobs.
Hashtag just the topics.
Just the top.
So, how do you send in these questions? We used to have it just on social media, but that became hard for us to stay organized. So yes. I set up a thing where we host our website. We get 5 email addresses that belong to that website. So if you open your email app and go to the 2 thing, and you go to, and you type in, oh fuck, I gotta get there. If you go into the 2 line and you type in slutcorner at forfunsakepodcast.com, I set up a forwarding box, so that just goes into our official email. So, if you have a Slut Corner question, you just type it in. Don't worry about what the subject is. Don't worry about it. Type whatever you want, because we will be able to search Slut Corner at forfunsakepodcast.com in our Gmail inbox and pull up every Slut Corner we've ever received. I've tested it.
Dang, that's awesome.
I am a tech mogul. So, Slut Corner at forfunsakepodcast.com. Any question, any topic, as much detail, as little as detail, anything you want, just send it right to us and we will choose and talk about whatever we want.
And ask, and as EJ said, ask anything. You can ask anything as to why is one boob bigger than the other, to why do I hate the taste of blueberries? And we will answer that question for you right here.
The answer to the blueberry question is, I'm allergic to it, and so you should hate them.
Okay, EJ is allergic to it, but that doesn't mean you should hate them. And naturally, one breast is actually bigger than the other in all women.
More milk.
That's not how that works at all.
I know this. So I I got a lot of questions from my friends. I don't know if you did, where people were like, what even is Slut Corner? So I put on our nice updated color, updated information on our website. I made a nice little thing on the homepage. What even is Slut Corner? And there's a nice little paragraph description that describes it. Yeah, so if you have any, you can even email us at slutcorner@forfunsakepodcast.com asking what Slut Corner is, and we'll do our best to explain it. So if you would like to, we would love it to have some participation via that email address.
Yes. Sorry. Work emails.
That's fine.
My bad. Other work emails.
Also
yes,
on the website,
please.
advertise. You can advertise with us. Because we have talked about it the entire time we've had it. We have no corporate sponsors because we're very small and we're still working for it. Working for the kind of clout that we can have in order to, it's a step process. But if you would like to get in on the ground floor of this and you have like art or a website or you just want to do something for fun, for fun's sake.
God, that hurt.
I know. We have three tiers basically where you can do that. You go to forfunsakepodcast.com/advertise.html. And for $5, for $15, and for $50, you can do 3 different things. You just fill out the Google form that's right there on the website, and we'll check it out. The other thing you have to have for that is PayPal so that we can bill you.
Ah, yes, the lovely billing process.
Yeah.
Speaking of billing, if you would like to share a coffee with us.
Oh, yeah, we have a Ko-fi. Jesus.
Yes, we have a Ko-fi.
We set all this stuff up and then immediately...
Well, you forgot. I didn't forget about the Ko-fi because I like that it's called Ko-fi because you can have a coffee with Ko-fi.
Yeah.
So basically, would you like to be able to support us, but you are broke-ass bitches like the two of us? Well, look no further than Ko-fi. Ko-fi is a place where you can donate money, and literally all you need to donate is the price of a cup of coffee. And that's it. And you would be helping us, you'd be supporting us, and you would be supporting us, and we would like it very, very much. Mm-hmm. And we would like to thank all of the people who have supported us financially in the past.
Zach.
Zach, Dalton, and Sammy are our 3 biggest supporters. And there are our 3 biggest friends, and there might be 3 biggest friends.
They got in on the ground floor when we still had a Patreon.
They did, and they have supported us through this whole thing, and I would like to personally thank them. And I have been very slowly making them thank you boxes. They're just taking a very long, long time. COVID has been fun, you guys. Woo! COVID's been great. So,
if you would like to participate in our Ko-fi, that is ko-fi.com/forfunsakepodcast. And you'll recognize it. It's got our album cover, both album covers, and pictures of our beautiful faces. Except for I have long hair in all of them, which is strange.
Yes, because you cut your hair after.
I did a quarantine shave head, so
yes,
that's what happened there.
Yes, and my hair actually got, I think, longer than it is in most of those photos because of quarantine. You cut your hair, I just let it go. So,
So our website is forfunsakepodcast.com. In the recording, it's in the bottom right-hand corner. You can follow us on social media. I've been pretty bad about posting because I don't know what to post except for official updates. But memes, yeah. I try to find some good stuff and Minnesota local information. But yeah, follow us on social media. We're doing a little bit better. We're going to try to do a little bit better. Our website has a directory to everything you could ever want to know about us.
Yup. And stay tuned for more awesome shows. Yeah. We would also like to thank Ryan for our awesome theme song. He has an album out called Flower Boy. Highly recommends. It is dope AF. And that is Ryan Bloom. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere that your music heart delights. We would also like to thank Naomi for our dope-ass album cover for this season. It is awesome. Because of COVID, this season will definitely last much longer than our last season.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, we've only done like 6 or 7 episodes with the new album cover, and the first one we did 35. So
yeah, well, that's why I'm saying, because 35 actually lasted the technical year. This one will definitely go into 2021.
For sure.
Yes. So, yeah, I think.
Oh, we didn't plug her Twitter. She's starting to kind of make it an art Twitter. It's at NENE eggs. So Nene eggs.
Oh, that's right.
At Twitter.
That's right. Yes, Naomi is a wonderful artist. She do commish.
Yeah, she commissions like icons and tattoos, and she's doing a very large, like 20 by 20 painting for me. She's an illustrator.
Which you'll have to show in one of our podcasts.
Yes, definitely. She's a illustration major, but she does like physical media mostly.
Yes. So yeah, we're still working, I think, on our new outro a little bit.
Yeah, we teased in the last one and we didn't talk about it until like 5 minutes before we started recording. So I like it. I think it grew on me a little bit. Which one? The new one.
The I Love Lucy?
No, the Keep It Tight.
Oh, keep it tight. Yeah, I do. I really like that as our goodbyes. So you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Thanks for listening to For Fun's Sake podcast, and don't forget to keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
With Sammy and EJ.